All right, we dive right into our top story today. The Dow Jones plummeting by nearly 500 points after a very bad report on inflation.
That's right. Consumer prices rising 3.5% in the past year. That's more than forecasters predicted, and bad news for the Biden administration and Bidenomics.
And we're going to dive right in with fund manager and author of Planet Ponzi, Mitchell Feierstein. Mitch, great to have you with us on set again. All right, so today's CPI numbers are being led by an increase in shelter and gasoline prices, things that every American needs nearly every day. But interesting, because the liberal media seems to be taking notice. Check out this headline from CNN. Even they realize things are not that great. There it is. We have it. The long predicted storm, as they say, clouds in the economy may actually be forming. A lot of Americans say, what do you mean the clouds are forming? It's already here. Is it going to get worse?
Well, as you know, I said a couple months ago, I said don't expect inflation to come down anytime soon. Now, that if you have what's called the super core inflation, which excludes the housing number, it's north of 8% on an annualized basis. And if you look at that, you know, everybody who's watching this program realizes when they go to the supermarket, their groceries prices are going higher. Gasoline prices are going to go higher. All of these prices that for the consumer are going to go higher. Supply chains are going to get jammed. There's going to be a lot of other issues that cause prices to go higher. Mortgage rates are going to stay about where they are or maybe go a bit higher. At the beginning of the year, JP Morgan forecast 6 interest rate cuts, and I said that's delusional. It'll never happen. Now, you hear the markets rumbling today saying that the Fed can't cut in June. I've always maintained the Federal Reserve in a presidential election cycle cannot cut interest rates, and if it does, it's doing it for political reasons. In order to get rid of inflation, you have to have the interest rates higher than the inflation rate. Now, right now, you'll see the 10-year bond auction is today. It's going to come out sloppy, and it will come out north of 4.5%.
Mitch, how much fault falls on the President of the United States? Now, he just spoke alongside the Prime Minister of Japan. He was saying that, well, he still thinks the Fed is going to make some rate cuts. Might happen a couple months later than he expected here, but I don't think you're seeing it that way.
Wait, that guy in the dark glasses?
Yes. That's
right.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Wearing sunglasses.
It's malarkey.
Yes, to his press conference.
Malarkey, I think. So he is absolutely wrong with what he said. He doesn't have a plan. His reckless spending and his inflation spending trillions of dollars.
And the money printing.
Right, and the money printing. But this has caused the inflation we have today. When you spend trillions of dollars, there are going to be ramifications going forward. And they called it an Inflation Reduction Act that they passed. But actually, that made inflation go higher. But we have a dishonest media, except for you guys, that will tell people one thing and gaslight the public. They gaslight the public and say the economy's so good. You know, the employment numbers that came out last week, I don't know if you saw those were ridiculous. The last couple months, but what people aren't looking at in those numbers, you have to take a deep dive and realize that most of those jobs that were created are part-time jobs. And most of them are not American workers.
Yes,
They're
a lot of migrants, that's right.
Foreign workers. So, and you have to look at what the pay is. And a lot of those jobs that were created, supposedly created, are people getting second and third jobs for economic reasons.
Yeah, great to bring that up. I also want to let everyone know what former President Trump said about this latest inflation news when he arrived in Atlanta today. Watch.
Biden has totally lost control of inflation. It's back. It's raging back. The number today was very high, very bad. It's actually much higher because they exclude various categories. It's actually much higher than that. The number is out of control. Biden has no idea what the hell he's doing. He's the worst president in the history of our country.